episode of Backpack BushCraft. Last week, as we was wrapping up our electric illumination devices, the flashlight, the headlamp, and stuff, I said that we'd be going back to the TK lantern this week, but we're not going to be talking about the lantern as much. We're going to be talking more about the candle that goes in it. So now I want to try to explain to you all how candles work as best I can. Now, if you want a really good explanation, go to YouTube, type in how candles work. You get a lot of really good results, but I want to give you basically the overview. Candles are made up of a wick and a hydrocarbon wax. It's hydrogen connected to carbon. And what happens is when you light this, it melts the wax and releases a gas or a fume, and that is what keeps the flame going. It's not the melting of the wax, it's the candle itself. And you can prove this by lighting candle smoke. Try a different one. Okay, let's try it. Alright. Just right above it. See? That's supposed to prove that it's the gas that's being ignited, not the wick or the wax. That's what I was told. You take with that as you want. So, now that I've explained to you how candles kind of work, look up a better YouTube video, trust me. Let's explain what we're going to do today. So what we have today is a contest between 3 types of candles. Stick candles, what I call squat candles, and tea candles. Now, these candles are participating in 4 events, being lit by a spark, see how well they can produce light, we're going to see how long each of them will burn, and lastly, we're going to see which one is the most cost effective. To start the spark challenge, the first thing we need to do is we need to char the ends of each other. The candle, or the tea candle's already done. I just need to char the squat candle. It won't take too long. It does not have to melt the wax. We just want that. We want it to be charred. That way it will actually take an ember on it. Same with the stick candle. So now that they're all charred, we will begin the experiment. I didn't actually explain both of them through, but the first step, what we did was we just took a board, I put some ferro rod shavings into it, I laid the candle on it, and actually the only one that was able to even try it was the stick candle, but I just laid it down, and I tried to cause the sparks to ignite the candle. I didn't get a good shot of it, it didn't really work out. User error, I guarantee you. When we moved on, went to the second one. Now the second one, what we did was we just took a char tin and had char cloth in it. We just threw a spark in the char cloth, and that gave us a good ember. That gave us a really nice hot ember, and that allowed us to try the other candles. The only candle that could not participate in any of them was the tea candle. The only one that was able to participate in the striking candles was just a stick. So this time the squat candle and the stick candle both got to go up against each other. Neither one were able to do it. So that's just that. But I was able to get an ember on this. I just could not get it to actually light the wick. So that's something we may want to look into more in the future. I may try this again, but for right now they all failed. Just the squat candle failed with honors. Okay, now we're going to go into the illumination contest, or the illumination trial, whatever you want to call it. We'll see who comes out on top of that. Okay, so you're going to remember this track before. Remember how it works. We have 30 feet. We're 30 feet away from a sign. I don't think I actually tore it down. I think it still says the one before, so we'll may have to go fix that. But we're going to see how far long it takes us to actually be able to see it on camera with my eyes. I can sort of see it, but it's still not great. We're using the T lot first. We've passed 20 feet. We're approaching the 10-foot marker. Yeah, we're at 10 feet. Okay, 10 feet. This is where most of the lights could start to at least see something. Now, to see it, I want to get right up on it. You can see it now, hopefully. Hopefully you can see it down, but look how far down my arm has to be. This again is the T light. You can see it says spaceship. Get right up on there to read it says spaceship. That's probably half a foot away, 6 inches, something like that. Okay, so we're back. We used the little stout candle. Had some problems with it lighting up. It seems to be working now. Getting a little bit more lighting than with the tea candle. Yeah, I can see it pretty easy. Still have to get right up on it to read. But 10 foot I can see it. Much further back, we'll go all the way to the 20. 20 foot I kind of see it, but not really. But we'll go ahead and we'll try our tall candle. That'll be our last candle. And just give me a second, we'll change these out. Okay, here we have the tall candle cut down to size. We're at the 10-foot marker. Very similar results that I got to the other one. I'm really sorry, guys. This just doesn't have much footage on it. Here's an up close. You can see again. I'm gonna have to still get pretty close. It's a little bit clearer than the others, but it's still not doing much. Okay, so after that, I have to give it to the stick candle. It did do really well. I think the reason it did so well was because it had the biggest flame. When you light these up, you can tell right away who has the bigger flame. But altogether, the stick candle did do the best, but the tea light and the squat candle, they did okay. Nothing compared to electronic illumination devices, but they did do okay. Now let's move over to our third test, which is a burnout. What we're going to be doing for the burnout, we're going to put each of them into a container. We're going to put a fresh candle, and we're going to light them, and we're going to see how long they burn. For the stick candle, we are going to be using an open lantern as opposed to a closed lantern. And I do want to test the entire candle and not break it in half. I feel like that will be more accurate. But we'll try it out. We'll see what we get out of it. And we'll start that right now. By the results of the third test. The tea candle, 3 hours and 50 minutes. The stick candle, 4 hours and 6 minutes. And the squat candle, 6 hours and 15 minutes. Clearly making it the winner. I expected, honestly, the stick candle to win after I lit them all, because this one did burn the slowest for a long time. And actually at the 2 hour mark, both of these were already just liquid wax. There was no solid parts to it. The reason they lasted long, I think, was because of the lantern's closed top. To sort of explain this theory, I'm going to use the tea light and the stick candle because they both ended at about the same time. Now, if you look at this stick candle and you see how much wax is there, and you look at the tea candle, you see how much wax should be there. you can see that this clearly had way more wax, and because it had way more wax, it should have had way more fuel to burn longer. And I think what happened was, while this one was burning and all the excess gas was just, you know, going into the air, I think the excess gas coming off this was being trapped in the can and feeding the flame, and I think that's what kept its life going so long. It could just be the design of the candle. I'm not going to rule that out, but again, that's just what I think. Now, the other thing that I noticed was both the tea light and the stout candle have metal bases, which keeps their wick pulled down. This does not. This wick is just trapped on the bottom, and at the end of its life, the wick did rise up and basically put itself out, because at one point the wick was lighter than the wax around it, and it just kind of nosedived, and that's what eventually snuffed it out. And with that, that sort of leads us into price. These come in a pack of 50 for about $2, $3, maybe $5. So that's 5 cents to about 10 cents. These candles are 50 cents a piece. You can buy them separately. The stick candle is about 88 cents to $1. You can buy it separately. Two of these candles, which is actually cheaper and smaller than this candle, could outlast this candle. So I would say if you're looking for just cost effectiveness, the tea light may be what you want to go with. And with that, that leads us into our final thoughts and which one of these we're going to be using with the lanterns. So I'm going to just sort of explain their places and why they got the placement that they got. And we'll start with third place, which is going to be the stick candle. Technically, the stick candle got a disqualification. The main reason is this candle does not fit in the lantern. It's not the candle's fault, it's not the lantern's fault, it's just reality. The next one up will be second place or the runner-up, and unfortunately for that, it is going to be the tea light candle. Now, the tea light candle did very well, far past my expectations of it. However, it was always playing second fiddle to either the squat candle or to the stick candle. It never really got first place at anything except the cost effectiveness of it, which is a very important part, but I'm looking for more than just cheap candles. I want a very powerful candle. The clear winner in my eyes is the squat candle for a few reasons. Number one, I was almost able to light it on fire with a spark. I didn't get to. I think that was the wick, but still, I almost got it. Second reason is it was better than the candlelight. It was better than the tea candle in the lantern. It was as good as the stick candle, but it was in the middle, so that still is that's a good solid C. In the burnout, it got an AA plus. It lasted 6 hours when the others both burn out at 4. So I was really impressed by that. And then lastly, 50 cents. To me, 50 cents and 5 cents, they're very close. There's not really much of a difference if somebody's asking me for 50 cents, somebody's asking me for 5 cents. Just kind of how I see stuff. Now, why did we go and spend all day working with these candles to get this result? I'll tell you why. Next week, we're going to be doing a review. It's going to actually be the last vlog of the year besides our Christmas special. And we're going to be reviewing a candle and candle lantern. This candle supposedly can reach 9 hours. So I wanted the best candle I could possibly use to go up against it, which I think is going to be this one. But that is going to be next week, and you don't want to miss it. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, Backpack BushCraft. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at BushCraft. You can also check us out on the website at www.backpackbushcraft.com, where I post a blog every Sunday night, 10 p.m. EST. And guys, until next time, keep those fires burning. Put a log on for me.